You're caught in a dilemma: sacrifice one person or watch 5 people die. This isn't just a thought experiment. In the 2015 British thriller Eye in the Sky, a military team faces this exact choice. They locate a terrorist cell planning an attack that could kill hundreds. A drone is ready to strike. But then, the camera spots a little girl selling bread right inside the blast zone. Do they drop the bomb and kill her to save many others, or hold back and risk disaster? Now let's take it to philosophy's classic version, the runaway trolley. Imagine this: a runaway trolley is speeding down the tracks. Ahead, 5 people are tied down and can't escape. You're standing by a lever. If you pull it, the trolley will divert onto another track, where one person is tied down. What do? Do nothing, and 5 die? Or pull the lever and cause one person's death? This is the famous trolley problem, a puzzle that has challenged philosophers, psychologists, and everyday people for decades. Because here's the thing, it's not really about trains, it's about morality. At its core, the question is, do we judge right and wrong by the consequences of our action or by the actions themselves? The first way to think about it is utilitarianism, the idea that the right action is the one that produces the greatest good for the greatest number. From this perspective, you pull the lever. One tragic death, yes, but 5 lives saved. Psychology experiments show that most people would do the same. We tend to favor saving more lives, even if it means making a hard choice. But not everyone agrees. Deontologists argue that morality isn't just about outcomes, it's about rules and duties. In this view, pulling the lever is wrong because you are actively causing the death of someone. Even if it saves 5, you've crossed a moral line. Killing is never justified, not even for the greater good. So which is right? To get clarity, philosophers tweak the problem. And this is where things get interesting. Picture this. You're standing on a bridge above the tracks. Next to you is a very large man. If you push him off, his body will stop the trolley, saving the 5, but he will die. Would you push him? Here's the twist. Most people who said yes to pulling the lever suddenly say no to pushing the man. Why? The math is the same, 1 versus 5. But pushing someone feels direct, personal. Our moral instincts change. Consider another case. You're a doctor. 5 patients need transplants, 2 lungs, 2 kidneys, 1 heart. In the next ward, there's a healthy patient with nothing more than a broken leg. Do you sacrifice this healthy person to save the 5? Most people say no. Same numbers, same trade-off. But using someone purely as a means to an end feels morally wrong. Psychological research backs this up. In the lever case, most people side with the utilitarian view. It's okay to sacrifice one to save many. But in the footbridge or organ case, most people switch sides and say it's not okay. Why the difference? One explanation is that in the bridge and organ scenarios, you're treating someone purely as a means to an end, and as social beings, we strongly distrust people who treat others like objects instead of individuals with their own rights and dignity. There's also the difference between killing and letting die. Pulling the lever feels like letting the lone worker die as a side effect, but pushing someone off a bridge, that feels like outright killing. And here's where neuroscience comes in. Studies show that when people consider the lever scenario, the logical, rational part of the brain lights up. But when they consider pushing the man, the emotional centers kick in, which raises the question, are our emotions steering us toward the right answer, or just clouding our judgment? There's also a third approach, virtue ethics from Aristotle. Instead of focusing on rules or numbers, virtue ethics asks, what would a good person do? Someone with courage, compassion, and wisdom. Would they pull the lever? Refuse to push? Maybe the real answer isn't just in the lever, but in the kind of person you strive to be. And this isn't just classroom philosophy. The trolley problem is creeping into our real world. In the case of self-driving cars, for instance, should an AI sacrifice its passenger to save 5 pedestrians? How about medicine? On what basis should scarce organs or resources be allocated? What about in war and politics? Is it ever right to sacrifice some lives to save many others? The trolley problem forces us to face these uncomfortable trade-offs. So, how do we solve it? The truth is, we can't give a single right answer. Utilitarians say one thing, deontologists another, and virtue ethicists yet another. The real value is in recognizing the tension between logic and emotion, rules and compassion, and what that says about us. So, what about you? Would you pull the lever or let the trolley run its course? Would you push the man off the bridge or refuse? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And if you enjoyed this dive into one of philosophy's most famous puzzles, hit like, subscribe, and stick around for more Brainy How-To videos.